everyone. Thank you very much and welcome to our Learn and Earn with Crypto KOL series. And today we're honored to have our guest, Michael Creadon. Just out of curiosity, does it have anything to do with the most recent using the NFT, non-fungible tokens, and using it as kind of like an ID kind of thing? Such as because Twitter and so many private clubs online, they are actually using NFT as a key to open the door. So is there any similarity there?
Yeah, funny you should ask. Yeah, I would say that it's amazing how the world is evolving so quickly, but without even getting into it, and we weren't even talking about NFTs organizationally a year ago, at least maybe not spending a lot of time, even 6 months ago. But now it's almost like it's falling into our lap. Again, that's where, having any sort of relationship with Invenium, which is sort of helps support DeFi devs in this Accumulate protocol. Mm-hmm. We just benefit from their ecosystem and their relationships. But for a lot of different reasons, different sports organizations and individual clubs and professional sports franchises have sort of been reaching out to us just to explore that possibility, but exactly what you talked about. So like in the old days, you bought a ticket to go to a baseball game or a soccer game, but now that ticket should be like your credit card for the day, right? It should handle everything. Your parking, your hot dogs, your popcorn, you could buy different, T-shirts and hats and things like that. So, and of course you could have items that you want to store and keep, almost like baseball cards. You could hold them for generationally. And so, but I've asked Paul in particular, I said, what do you see as the most relevant sectors for the Accumulate protocol? I said, look, this platform is robust. It's built for whatever people need it for. And I think that's really important. So he said, we don't really know, quite frankly. It's kind of crazy to think. We don't really know what industries, so to speak, will use this protocol. I mean, I tend to think that private market assets, because of the Invenium relationship and because of the needs in private market assets for better data, I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, as we look around the space, we don't feel like private market assets get the attention maybe that they deserve. Bain put out a report that private market assets are a $500 trillion marketplace. I mean, it's the biggest marketplace in the world by far. And that's commercial real estate, private equity, private credit, infrastructure, mining. These are huge, huge industries. And the challenge for people with private market assets is they don't always have great data because the assets trade infrequently. So the view of Invenium is, if you build an operating system like we have, and you can pull in all the data, let's say it's commercial real estate, legal, financial, operational, experiential data. If you have all that data and you can get a monthly mark on that building, that mark becomes valuable because then you can sell off tranches to limited investors. You can go raise money through banks. You can show it to regulators or auditors. You can tokenize these things. There's so much opportunity. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much opportunity there is in private market assets. And there'll be thousands of dApps built in and around this. We think that some of those will get built on Accumulate, for obvious reasons. So anyway, it's just an exciting time. I mean, you and I have known each other for a while, and you think about how much the industry has grown in 4 years, let's say. I mean, 4 years ago, it was just ICOs and scams and it was just a joke. The whole thing was just embarrassing. And now you look at it and you think the industry has really matured. It's really grown up. There's a lot of professionals and extremely talented people in this industry now. And it just keeps growing like that, year over year, day after day.
Exactly, to think about the former Wall Street professionals like yourself and join the cryptocurrency and blockchain world in such an early time. And remember that first, when we met each other, we were talking about exactly maybe ICOs.
Yeah, I mean, look, these things are, it's amazing to think about. The entire market cap for all cryptocurrencies is, I guess today it's $2.4 trillion. It's a big number. I mean, I think that's actually bigger than any individual company in the world. I think I could check that, but but obviously it's comprised of thousands of different projects. But realistically, Bitcoin and Ethereum alone account for, I think, about 70 or 80% of that. So, I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum as standalone entities or combined, they're the size of Amazon, Google, Microsoft, the big oil companies. They're big. There's a lot of interest in this space. It's not going to go away. I mean, you think about the concept of Moore's law with computer chips, about how they would get faster every 18 months, they would double the speed of it. And then people said in the 70s, and they thought, oh, that's crazy. That'll never happen. And of course it continues to happen. And, you see the pace of change in this space, and it's similar to that. Things just move so quickly. There's no weekends. Everything's open 365 days a year. And there's just this constant push for innovation. It's really exciting. It's really unbelievable. And you think about just, how it's a force for positive change in the global economy. You really do. I think people underestimate just how important the Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these different things are, and how many productive areas of, innovation will be found in these technologies.
I cannot agree with you more. Actually, right now, the market cap of the cryptocurrency added to 2.4 trillion, but I believe that's actually the market cap of Apple. But think about all the internet of money. They are going to disrupt the FANG. They are going to disrupt the major banks. So I would say the cryptocurrency, the total market value will be probably the top 10 companies of the Spider 500 combined. And that should be a tenfold growth in a very short period of time. So I'm really optimistic about it. Yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Michael. And I enjoyed so much talking with you. So.
Yeah, well, I really can't thank you enough for having me. And please, let's keep in touch. I'm dying to hear more about how your company's doing, but maybe we can catch up on a separate call about that.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me.
Sure, we'll catch up later, okay?
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.